was I doing? There's the dock. Boy, that's big. Look at that thing. Holy schmoly. Look at that thing. Can I... Yeah, let's get a look at this thing. Where's the... So it looks like this is the entrance? Oh wow, look at this thing. Okay, it looks like... Okay, I think I figured it out. So let's pull it back away. To be sideways. This way. Or the other way, one of the two. I am this close to just deleting this first base and going with something that isn't these stupid circles. Just starting over, you know? Just screw it. Hey, Eternus. Excuse me. Caro business treating you well. Yeah, the problem is there's a lot of storage in there. So, the sea truck, better than the other vehicles in every way. I'm not actually really joking about that. It's a really awesome vehicle. I love it. So, okay. Let's do this. What? Why? Jesus Christ. No, Animal Bancho. No! No! God, no. Ugh. Ugh. No, 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 no. First of all, what I'll probably be playing tomorrow is this. But you probably mean off-camera, you know, just for myself. But for those of you who don't know this, I don't really play games for myself. I play games for the show. I don't have the time to just play a game for fun. It's a co-op game. And last I checked, Octopath 2 does not have co-op. But I'm also the only person in the entire world who actively hated Octopath 1. And, so that's kind of a problem. Who knows? Octopath 2 might actually be better. Sincerely doubt it. But it might be. I've seen weirder things happen. Can I put into words why I dislike the first Octopath game? If you want, I could just pull up my review of Octopath Traveler. Lack of information in game. Excessive and unnecessary grind in all the wrong ways. No, not leveling. Don't pull that out. In fact, it's actually layered grind. You have to grind in order to grind in order to grind. I'm not making that up. Extraordinarily long, boring boss fights. Generally disinteresting story. 8 generally... so the 8 stories varied wildly in quality. And none of them really coincided with each other. And the only coincidental thing that connected all 8 plots into the main plot was terrible. At one point in time, I spent 40-some-odd minutes fighting a single boss fight. I wrote down the exact number of how long that boss fight took in my review of that game. Hey, Baron. Have a good day at work. Or else. Kinda, yeah, Blade Tabal. Really, really, really long and really, really, really boring. But definitely with some factory worker syndrome going on, too. See, the other problem I kept running into I can't just put this out here, can I? The other problem I kept running into is you had to do each fight a certain way. If you didn't, well, then you die instantly. Like, imagine being 30 minutes into a 40-minute fight, and then dying. I don't have to imagine that. It was because of a misclick, too, because I literally hit the wrong button. I was like, whoops. Sucks to be me. And yes, then, of course, there is what I like to call octo-blur. Now, lots of games and shows and movies do depth of field. I personally do not like depth of field in general. I will never use depth of field if given a choice to do so. You'll notice you can see the background behind me in full detail. It's because I do not actually use depth of field in real life on my show. Here's the thing, though. Octo-blur is when a game excessively overdoes depth of field to the point where it actually causes me physical pain. Playing Octopath Traveler was physically painful. I, of course, was playing the Switch version. Now, they never added an option to turn off the blur. However, what they did do, at one point in time, was they ported the game to the PC, and depth of field is a toggle which you can get rid of by yourself. So if you go and edit the INI files of the game, you can actually get rid of the blur.
Welcome aboard.
Yeah, like Link's Awakening, perfect example. I dinged that game for depth of field. Hi, War Sage. Well, it's okay. We haven't actually gotten to the proper Enterprise or Trek finales yet. Seriously? Okay. But either way, point being, Octo-blur sucks, and I hated the grind, and it was long, it was slow, it was boring. The boss fights were terrible, and the story was disinteresting, at best. In short, I would struggle to think of some positives to give Octopath Traveler. Now, I did, because I did review the game, as we already mentioned. But I really hated that game. I'm happy for people that they got a sequel to it, and I hope it's good, because that's kind of what I always hope. But I ain't gonna touch that with a 10-foot pole. I might straight up veto that game. Hey, Crazy Norse. Hey, Crazy Norse. Okay. Of course, Eternus. And if now, if your one observation is during the ending, when the spoiler over the spoiler, then I'd rather not hear that. But you know, it's cool.
Warning: 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
I don't know. I've seen you aerobiz types. I know how you think. Okay, so let's put down a real base here. Hello, Eclectic. I'm not doing a foundation. You can't trick me into that again. I'm literally destroying my old base to get rid of the foundation you already tricked me into. Not doing it. We have lithium now. I don't need it. It's gone. It's done. We're done.
Warning, emergency power only. Oxygen production offline.
Yeah, but you're telling me to use it this time, Crazy Norse, which means you're in on the conspiracy, obviously. I actually noticed that, Eternus. They've got both the oxygen meter and... oxygen meter, wrong word. They've got the oxygen plants, and of course the heat plants, both of which are supposed to be out of vehicle stuff. I actually really like the Foundation book series. Well, no, I don't. I believe it's the first 2 Foundation books. Correct, DJT. Then they got weird. Yeah, we gotta do what Zeiss always loves for us to do here. It's for you, Zeiss. It's for you. Kinda, yeah, Spartan. The problem is, and this is a very minor spoiler. So, very minor spoilers for the Foundation series, okay? Spoilers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, for those of you not aware, Isaac Asimov is most well known, not for his Foundation series, but for his Robots series, which is a completely unrelated series until literal decades later he decided to go ahead and combine the two. So, what happened, what ruined the Foundation series, was when he decided that the Foundation series and the Robot series were contiguous in a way that kind of ruined both, for me, personally. Why which, DJT? Why did he combine them? I mean, he's done some interesting interviews over the years about, you know, the entirety of the Foundation series and his writing approach and blah, 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 blah. What? Oh, right, because I didn't... Okay. Why did he combine them? So, again, I don't remember the exact interview. I just remember Eclectic Oak was like, all right, here's the deal, Isaac Asimov. I need you to make another Foundation book. And he was like, why? I finished that years ago. I have no interest in returning to it. And people would not stop whining at him, his own words, to someday return to that. So finally he was like, okay, fine. Fine. And the way that he was interested in doing the series was trying to combine them. That was the hook for him, the thing that made him interested enough to bother. Gosh darn it. Shrug. Either way, thank you, Eclectic Oak. Now, hold on. I know what Heaven's Vault is. What is Snake Pass and what is Temple of Snek? I mean, Asimov's an interesting writer. He's... I hesitate to say he's not a very good writer, because obviously that's extremely untrue. But the thing is, he's a very particular writer. Asimov's big shtick, and he did this in all of his series, all of his major series, was he likes to introduce a concept, establish a concept, and then immediately deconstruct and destroy that concept. That's his overall shtick. That's his approach, right? Rules of Robots, or the very nature of how the Foundation worked, the Foundation series, are two very obvious examples of that. But the problem with that is that he's... I don't want to say he's eccentric, but I don't have a better word, so he's eccentric. We're just going to go with it. Just going to lean into it. He's eccentric. No, Eternus, not at all. My goodness. Alright, so here's the deal, Eclectic. So if you decide to add something new, you can only add one thing. You can't use the plural to add something new. You can only add one new thing. I'd like to say I'm doing this all just to get rid of that foundation. That's not quite true. I'm sick to death of this round base, and I'm not rich enough in resources to just abandon the previous base, so I've kind of got to do this bit-by-bit thing here that we're doing. So forgive me. But anyways, yeah, so then there's the iRobot movie, which is, it's a movie. It's a... It's... Yeah, we're gonna stop there. It's a movie. Got it. We will put it towards... Temple of Snek. Is it actually spelled that way, or are you just being silly, Eclectic? Okay, just making sure. Thank you, Eclectic. I will say this, speaking as someone who is spending a huge amount of his spare time working on an entire project I call the Rewrite Project. Plug, plug, plug. Speaking as someone who is very interested in rewriting stuff and, you know, putting my own stint on them and all that fun stuff, I'm very much in favor of doing your own take on something. Reimaginings, re-envisionings, whatever you want to actually call them. Rewrites, in my case. But there's this unspoken rule there, and that's that it kind of needs to be good. It needs to be your own take on things. The problem with iRobot is it wasn't anybody's new take on something. It was the exact opposite of that, because it was a generic action film. And I'm not just saying that to insult it, I'm saying that as a demonstrable statement. It was a generic action film. Nobody put their finger on that one, right? Nobody put their stamp on it, so to speak. It was just, all right, let's do a generic action film. Okay. And then they did. To use a contrast of this, what's the one Steven Spielberg did? Which I suddenly can't think of the name of. Because I'm trying to think of the name of it. Okay, yes, Jurassic Park. But not Ender's Game. It's the AI one. It's the kid. It's the kid AI. Is it just AI? Excuse me. Okay, so AI. AI is a much better example of a case in which someone has clearly put their brand on it, right? That was Steven Spielberg's take on that story. And you could tell it had his fingerprints all over it, right? That I am much more in favor of, even though that was very unfaithful to the book.
Welcome aboard,
Now, this is the funny part, and this is the part where I think most people and I disagree. I don't want you to be faithful to the source material. I know that sounds strange, because it's most commonly the thing that most people say is, oh my god, it wasn't faithful to the source material. Rawr. I don't care. I actually would rather they not be faithful to the source material. And the other example I was going to use to make that point, which was just made for me, but whatever, you're skipping ahead in the script here, everyone. Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park is completely unfaithful to the book, which makes sense because they actually got the writer of the book to actually write the script for the movie. But the point being, the fact that they both have dinosaurs is about the only similarity between the two. And yet I absolutely love the Jurassic Park film. It's a great film, which was really done well, blah, blah, blah. Reimagining, right?
Seek fluid intake.
Reimagining and taking your own thing, doing your own adaptation of it, yada, yada, yada. Now, if you want to be faithful, that's up to you. You know, if you want to be faithful, sure. I don't have a lot of interest in that, but yet Lord of the Rings movies is a perfect example, because Lord of the Rings movies are... Pause. To this very day, people still argue the specifics of how faithful the Lord of the Rings movies are to the books. But I think the one thing we can all agree on is it something that's debatable? And that's about all we can agree on that one. Point being, I do absolutely think the movies took the books and put their own fingerprints on it. They actually changed them and adapted them to the films, to film as a medium. This is something I've argued about for literal decades at this point, is that you need to consider the medium you're making the thing in. You can't just drop a comic book in a movie. It doesn't work. You can't just drop a video game on a movie, or a movie into a video game, or a book into a song, or anything. You have to consider the new medium. It's fundamentally different. In a book, you can hear people's thoughts. In a movie, you can do visual storytelling. In a video game, you can make interactive storytelling. All of these are fundamentally different formats and need to be considered as such when doing adaptations. Sorry, bit of a rant, but my overall point here is that if they took iRobot and, hang on a second, hear me a second, made a good film out of it that had nothing to do with the book, I would be okay with that. Because what they did was they did their own take on it and made a good film out of it. The problem with iRobot was they skipped 2 steps of that process. God, okay. Now, forgive me for the diatribe. Animal Boncho just said, am I saying your name even remotely correctly, by the way? I really feel bad, because I feel like I'm saying it wrong. And I'm very stupid. Like you have no idea how stupid I am. A little more space, a little more space. Actually, why don't we do... I'm just going to replicate my old base, aren't I, at this point? Okay, so... the Rewrite Project. What is the Rewrite Project? So... I'll give you the short version first. Rewrite Project is a series of videos that I am writing with the assistance and help of several other people who will be doing visual and voice acting work and a bunch of other stuff in order to make them actually work. There you go. And it will be my take on that particular work. The first Rewrite Project that is actually pretty close to going live right now, it depends on when I get lines. I'm missing lines from about 5 people. So when I get those lines in, the Diablo rewrite, which is the first one, will be done. It's good to go, so to speak. The next one we're working on is Battletech, and the third one is Final Fantasy 1.
Offline.
Now, that's the short answer. 1 second, please. The long answer, of course, a little bit more. This is really frustrating. Let's do this. The long answer is that... Shut up! The long answer is that I So I have this weird thing that I imagine certain creative types can understand. I have a need to be creative. And I'm not saying that facetiously. I actually... Sims, right? You got the health meter, and you got the the food meter, and you got the social meter. I have a creativity meter. If I'm not creative, it actually gets to me, right? It causes me issues. And I haven't really had a lot of capacity to be creative, with the sole exception of being able to work on the theater project. Now, the theater project has actually been baked into the rewrite project. So that's where that's coming from. But relevant point here is that I don't remember what this stupid thing takes. The relevant point is that I need titanium and copper. Titanium and copper. The theater project was it, but it just wasn't quite doing it. I don't know how that applies, Crazy Norse. Yes, I'm just replicating my base from the first game. Shut up. It's a good layout. What do you want from me? I'm going to do a couple of things a little bit differently. Axe body spray smells really, really bad. I hate the scent of it. So, the rewrite project is going to be my creative outlet. It allows me to write. It has confirmed for me something I have suspected for years, that I am, in fact, a good writer. And it's a great way to just do something I've always wanted to do, because something I've talked about for years and years and years and years and years is my desire to do remakes. But obviously, making a video game is a little bit more difficult and time-consuming and impossible for me than it is to make just, you know, these videos. So rather than actually doing a remake of FF1, which is what I want to do, I'm doing a rewrite of FF1. Yeah, I know there's a water problem. We're in a hurry. We're in a hurry. Just gonna do our thing here. Get our lithium back. There we go. Now, the format is going to be mostly voiceover over slow panning shots. And you're probably thinking, that sounds really boring. And you're probably right. That alone has taken months to put together. Because here in reality land, a lot of people don't actually realize this, it takes a while to make stuff. So doing a fully animated animation thing is something that's actually possible. I am more than familiar with the... I'm more than familiar with the tools and the resources, the process, in order to make something full tilt. The problem is that takes time, and if there is one thing I do not have in my life, it is time. So the rewrite project is a little bit of a compromise. The desire to still make something, and to still have it be a audiovisual medium, without, you know, running into the ever-present time problem. What was the other thing I made? Oh yeah, the battery charger. One titanium. Yeah, if I had the Enertron, I would get so much done. Oh my god. So much. Now, I will also admit, because I am an overly ambitious maniac, one of the things I've also been doing is I've been thinking about how to...
Seek fluid intake.
How to actually design the remakes of games while doing the rewrites. So what I mean by that is I've actually been... Yes, DJT. It's been there for like a year at this point. I've been trying to... basically, I'm designing the story as if I was designing the game, and then we'll go ahead and adjust the story, or the story as if we were picking certain options throughout the course of said game. This comes up when it comes to certain types of boss fights, for example, or how certain options work, or how the combat's going to work, and all sorts of fun stuff like that. So I've actually already been thinking about things like how boss fights work, and how certain sections of the game work, and so forth and so on. Actually, this seems like a safe place. Well, actually, hang on. Yeah, okay, let's do it upstairs. Are you sure, Judo Joker? Hang on. What gives you that inclination? Let me get some hydration. Anyways, to answer you in full, DJT. the Stranger in Paradise is on the list, not the queue. You can find both on the website. Website. That's our first death, by the way. Did we drop anything? Nope. Cool. Moving on. Alright, okay, next step. It's okay, Darkrai. There's much worse down there. I mean, that was literally a deliberate death. I don't think I could have telegraphed that any harder. Frankly, I'm not going to count that as a death either when it comes to the counter. Because the only reason I died was because of this stupid thing! So... Oh god, I'm a little turned around. Where am I? There it is. Because it's ugly and it's in the way. And I'm never building another one again. And why is that sticking out of the... I can interact with the coffee machine from outside. I'm not even. We're done. We're done here. We're done here. Yeah, seawater coffee. Is salted coffee a thing? Real question. I have no idea. It's the drive-thru. Anyway, Shadow Machine asked me a question. He said, which Sid is the best Sid in all of Final Fantasy? Obviously 15. And then, you know, everyone kills me. But, ignoring joking answers, let me think about that for a second. Sid in FF1 was retconned in.
Welcome
It sucks.
Captain.
Sid in FF2 is only debatably a character. Sid in FF3 is barely a character. Sid in FF4 is pretty awesome. But still has some negative parts for reasons we'll cover someday. Sid in FF5 is kind of forgettable. Sid in FF6 is probably my favorite so far. Whoops, I'm facing the wrong way. I need to face this way. And then we have Sid in FF7, who I actively despise. Sid in FF8, who I wish I liked, but FF8 has many character problems. And then Sid in FF9, who's pretty awesome. And then we have Sid in FF12, also Sid in FF12. So I would say it would be between 6, 9, and 12. For me. Those are my debatables right there. I would probably like Sid in 14 more if he had more voiced lines. What about 10? No. It's the nicest way I can put that one. And no. I will always give Sid from 14 the fact that he gave us the screaming meme. That is worthy of note. Civ 15 just... I don't know why they kept making these crazy nerfs, but Civ 15 is the best one, I swear. They finally added the ability to micromanage every individual citizen of your planet. Or your Civ. It's great. They announced they're working on a new Civ. So we'll see that in about 17,000 years. When did Civ 6 come out? Because it's been a minute. Like, it has not been a small period of time. Jesus Christ. So, yeah, it... Yeah, 6 years ago.
Warning. Emergency.
6+ years ago.
Power only. Oxygen production.
Yeah, that tends to be the norm, Crazy Norse. Feels like a tour bus. I like it. Yeah, one more. Yeah, I mean, how many strategy games does it apply to? EU4 is kind of crap without all the DLC. I was actually considering that, Mike's TK, because I think if I do one more vertical, I guess I'll just check. Oh yeah, I just finished this here. Hang on, where are we at? Yeah, one should do it. Then... I need more titanium. Hang on. I mean, Sid from FFT is certainly a very memeable character, but as far as being a good character, most people only like him because of the fact that he's so overpowered in gameplay. And that's cool and all.
Oxygen.
But, if we're being honest, that Sid is not much of a character either. Not really. Alright, is this going to be high enough? Why are you like this? Why are you like this? Look at that. I hate these circular rooms so goddamn much. I hate them. I hate everything about them. Why we're getting rid of the old base? Let's get rid of these damn things. Can this at least, like, ka-chunk? No. Well, get out of my face. I was gonna put a bioreactor up here. Not anymore. Now we'll put a foundation, if I could put it even on this thing, which I, of course, can't. Because it wants me to put it in some weird... Look at this! Look at this! Really? Really? What? Honestly, yeah, I have never had this kind of issue with building in Subnautica. I don't know if these issues existed in Subnautica, but I never had these issues. So we're leaning towards some negative territory. Which everything's completely disorganized because I was just moving everything. Here we go. Or no, I was getting rid of that. Right. Let's patch fix this for now. We're just gonna do a patch fix for right now.
All primary systems online.
Hey, hidden boss. Let's get rid of all this stuff. All this stuff and that stuff. Actually, I think I might need to get rid of that. Get rid of those. Get rid of the coffee. Nobody needs coffee. double check something really quick. I sincerely doubt it.
Robin, I have something important to share.
Another artifact.
Yes, although
You cannot know for sure what it is, but it is certainly of significant import. I know.
Signal.
So, I'm not saying I don't care, but you know...
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
Nice and organized. Everything was cool. How am I out of quartz? I've built nothing new. How am I out of quartz? Oh, that's how. I'm going to cheer when this base is destroyed. I just want y'all to know that. Stupid, terrible base. Below Zero Alpha is gone! Or at least it will be in a minute.
Warning, emergency power only.
Looks ridiculous. What's that? Oh, it's the power cable. Oh? Okay, so... Let's try a couple things really quick. Yeah, we got a chimney. It's where we cook our fish. We got to cook the fish somewhere, right? Here's the periscope. Come on, game. Let's do the one for right now.
All primary systems online.
Get back here. Oh my god. Catch that guy. Possibly dark red, but honestly, I'm done with the circular rooms. I think I've had enough circular rooms to last me a lifetime. There is no... what outside? I don't see an outside. You're lying to me, Praise Horse. At the moment, I'm not even sure we're going to do a bioreactor. In fact, we're probably not, unless we really have a need for it. We'll see. We've got the option if we want to use it. Now we're just going to put up another solar. Okay. There's probably a prawn in this game. It's fine, Blade Travel, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah, but I mean, like, one we could use. That should be sufficient. It's okay. It's okay. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Things under control. Return to your homes. There's nothing to see here. There's nothing to see here. Please put away your iPhones. Stop taking footage that you're going to put up on TikTok later. You're never going to be famous. Quit trying.
Hull integrity restored. Draining systems initiated.
Nothing to see here, folk. Nothing to see. Listen, every base needs a spring cleaning, alright? Yeah, if your hull integrity goes too low, you just start springing leaks. And eventually, stuff goes bad. Oh god, I remember Simcopter. That's an old one. It's a good one. I wonder, if I add this up here, does it increase the hull integrity down there? Let's find out. Yep. Not questioning it. Not questioning. We're cool. Everything's cool. What am I hearing? It's okay, they won't attack the base. Clong! It's okay, they won't keep attacking the base. Clong! Dang it. Well, I mean, of course it is Crazy Norse. I'm just making fun of stupid people, because we were all stupid at some point or another, am I right? I'm stupid now, but, you know, I'm just ahead of the curve, really. That's all that is. Yeah, I should just build a base that connects to the actual island. Looks like I might be out. Yeah, looks like I am. Oh, well, that's fine for now. Eh! Lol, Braven. Where are we at? Right over, right across there. Southeast by 1. Our base is quite visible from a while. Yeah, we just need more trains in Subnautica. That's what I really want. Is that so much to ask? Now, I'm obviously being facetious, but at the same time, having like a tram system to transit either resources or people between bases sounds kind of cool. Sure, I definitely figured out trains. Wink. As long as there's only one train on a route, I have got trains licked. I mean, honestly, yeah, Blade to Fall. Although only after that one patch. Looks like we're barely overusing our power overnight. Although we do have the scanner active, so that makes sense. If we turn that off. That should... Yep. Well, that evens out a little bit. Okay. So we're not actually done moving yet. We're just mostly done moving. Some food while we're here. So we actually need some. Yeah, exactly, Judo Joker. Like, I can see a lot of cool stuff there. The exact moment the story of FF14 became good, Shadowbringers. People in chat, what? But no, think about it. Think about it.
Oxygen production offline.
Okay. We did it! We did it! We can finally get rid of the Foundation. Yeah, I'm not really joking. Certainly there are good story points in Final Fantasy XIV in the 3 expansions leading up to Shadowbringers. But Shadowbringers is when I became invested in that game. I talked about that before. I was just kind of playing it to play at an ARR, and Heaven's Word was like, okay, this is cool, and then Stormblood started pushing me out of it hard. And then I quit the game for a couple of years, and then people begged me to come back, and I came back to Shadowbringers, and I have stayed back ever since. We're not that far out of Shadowbringers, but the fact remains. Yeah, like Legion. That's actually a really good point. I would personally say Cataclysm, actually, is when WoW became good. But I tend to be one of the only people who actually thinks of Cataclysm in a positive light. However, I have heard a lot of people say that Pandaria is specifically when WoW got good. Pandaria actually did a lot right, so it tracks. So, let's go ahead and make the sea truck dock, now that we've moved our base. Yeah, that's the other thing. Shadowbringers is when each of the characters became characters. Really. Really, really, really. Like, they had some cool stuff with Estinian, and, I can't think of her name, and Alphino in Heaven's Word. And they would have occasional moments of cool and interesting and good, but then Shadowbringers is honestly when those characters became the party. Like it was a Final Fantasy game. I did too, actually, Crazy Norse. I think I've told that story before, and I'll probably tell it again. But when Kata hit, everyone I knew quit the game. For various reasons. There were some really bad issues with Kata at launch. But I stuck with it because I really, really liked what they did with the content. And so I made a Worgen and a Goblin. And I did all of the New World stuff on both sides. And, yeah. I mean, you're right, Gigapudding, because pre-Shadowbringer patches, aka Stormblood patch, is exactly when Stormblood started becoming good and led into Shadow. So I need my advanced kit, my glass, and my titanium. Where did you end up? Well, I won't bore you with organizing my inventory. Or will I? Did I use up? Like, how would I have used it? I haven't built anything new. I should have excess. I've actually built less than I used to have. So where's my stuff? Hold on. Okay. So I need the advanced kit and the titanium ingot. Where the hell? There's no way I just lost those. Like, the advanced kit was... There it is. There it is. Okay, there we go. I was gonna say, there's no frickety way. Let's go ahead and grab the rest of our gear while we're here. Okay. So, as I was saying... How do I connect you? Surely I can do that now, right? Right? Right, game? You're gonna let me connect to this thing, right? You are! Hey! Base strength is fine. Power... It's not great, actually, but it's a acceptable problem for the time being. So let's see what this sucker is, shall we? Yeah, power's kind of low right now. We are going to have to figure out a long-term power solution at some point. Right now we've got a short-term power solution. Is it automatic? It is automatic. Oh, okay. God, I'm like, where am I? Alright, so... How do we do anything? What's the point of this? We can change its appearance. That's neat. We've already done that. Tell me how to just build all this thing to have a fancy moon pool. Because I got these patterns to upgrade this thing, and I'm not sure where to do that at. See, that's what I was thinking, but I thought maybe that's what we used to add modules. That's kind of what I was presuminating. Oh, that's how we dock once we have modules. Because it wouldn't fit in the moon pool. Okay, that makes sense. So, here's a thought. So let's get back in. That's gonna push us out. How much of this is automated? All of it. Nice. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. I have a crazy theory here. Nope. How do we build parts for you? We have the recipe. Oh, the bay? Okay. Listen, reading chat is for squares and losers who are apparently not reading chat. You know, I'm really good about reading chat. 98% of the time. And I can actually track that figure. I'm really good about reading chat. But every now and again, I miss like a line or two. It's always embarrassing as hell. So I'm just going to pretend I was deliberately ignoring you, Mike's SDK. How dare you prompt me to deliberately ignore? This is all your fault. Obviously. It's an endless shame. endless shame. It is actually really embarrassing, because, like, for example, like, I'll be going back and editing the highlight reel, and I'll notice someone say something, and I'm like, I didn't even see that chat message when I was actually streaming. And again, it's pretty rare. It is about 1 in 50 lines. I read pretty fast, and I make an effort to pay attention. Whatever. Let's just plop this out over here. Especially since I'm so big on, you know, paying attention to chat. Like, I actually like chatting with chat. Let's do that one first. And let's get below ground. Oh my god. And by ground, I mean the other thing. Why are those marked right now? I need them, Crazy Norse. I want them in my life. If I don't have those, I don't know if I'm going to be able to manage to keep going on. So, let's make 3 lead, and so I need 2 silver. 2 silver. Look, I want my truck. I need my truck. It's not like the damn thing goes that far down anyways right now. Yeah, the computer chip is for the HUD upgrade. Lithium. So I need 2 lithium and 3 lead. Do I have 2 lithium? I might not. In fact, I'm pretty sure I don't. So we're gonna go on a lithium hunt. Yep. Lithium. So we need... it's 2 lithium. So we need 2 lithium. Still haven't found magnetite. It's also still not in range. It's the first thing I checked when we moved the base. Really, really sick of not having magnetite. It's actively starting to get in the way. Whatever. Alright, I guess I do. Like, magnetite was an issue in the first game, but then it was solved, like, as most resources are on the first game. I don't even have an idea where to go here. Okay, so lithium, right? That's the whole thing. Okay, so what we're gonna do? Scooch over here. Hey, Flippy Bob. Oh, how are things? All right, so what do we got for lithium? I only need 2 right now. That's hard to read. I only need 2 right now, so we're here. South 1 tick east. I sure hope they're not doing that kind of bottlenecking purely for padding reasons. Honestly, Crazy Norse, that's what I'm expecting, because that's what it always is. It's always just me being one of those fish flunking onto the deck of the game and not recognizing that it was right in front of my face the entire time. I have been sincerely tempted to just start setting up scanning bases too, but I don't think I'm resource glutted enough to actually accomplish that yet. Oh, nice. I haven't actually GM'd in D&D in a long time. Not because I don't want to. I actually love GMing. I just don't have time. It always sucks. Like, I can't just throw together a session, right? You gotta put time and effort and work into it, and it's like, ah. Damn it, I gotta do my job properly. Ugh. Well, there's gold, which I'll take. Not what I'm here for, but I'll take it. Yeah, I will admit, it also kind of varies. Some games are, for lack of a better way to put it, eye-demanding. Like, they really want you to be paying attention and catching things, right? A game like this happens to be one of those games. Some games aren't. Some games you can just kind of play and chill and whatever, and it's a lot easier to keep up with chat. One of the reasons why we have the QA bot is so that when I'm eye-demanded, I can, you know, not miss questions. So, last deal. So let's see how this be. At this point, we're just testing, really. Into the blinding glow. How's the weather? Giant storm on the horizon. Cool.
Dangerous weather approaching. Seek shelter.
Well, let's see how this be. What orange outline? I mean, I can change the color of it, I think. The highlight, if that's what you mean. Delete all this stuff. Sorry. Or unless you mean, like, the sonar tower up there. That's a little different. Maybe not really turned around. There we go. Boop. One ping only, please. It's to get the solar power up top for height, if you're wondering. Oh, oh, overshot, overshot. So... Okay, other side. Oh, it grabbed it. Welcome to the Crazy Norse Mark II. We've got storage locker, not super big. Several storage lockers, however. Oh, with labelable storage lockers. Not too shabby. Now, the real question is, can I tack the other module onto this, or can I only have one module at a time? Maneuverability hasn't really changed. Looks like we're about the same speed, too. Nice. We are bigger. So that's an issue. So let's test this thing out, because I imagine that's how this is going to work. But let's try it really quick. Yep, and there's the module right here. Nice. I like it. Okay. So we're going to do a couple things here. We're going to go fill those, which means we need salt, fish. The rest is whatever, but that's what those two are going to be. Let's see. Put the gold in there. Pull out the quartz and the copper. Gonna do a very small amount of rejiggering, just a little, so we have a little bit of organization here. Yeah, no, I agree, Crazy Norse. This seems like a definitive improvement. Where's my? Where is it? There they are. We still can't make an exterior bed. I don't know if you noticed that. I have several things I would like to plant. I'm definitely not going to start even thinking about a bioreactor until I have the ability to grow stuff regular-like. This really is only going to take me a minute. Sorry. Forgive me. Forgive me. I just want a little bit of organization to my layout. Last time I was kind of flying blind... not blind. Flying loosely because I knew what I was doing, I knew what I needed, I knew what I wanted. Here, without an idea for what recipes are what, and all that fun stuff, I'd like to have a little bit more organization to my layout. I think I am going to go ahead and put in some of these food blocks in the cab here, so let's go put that in there. In fact, I'm going to put all of them in. Okay, so that one's now empty. Let's make that just straight titanium. Just titanium. Nothing else. This base metals and those things. That's those. That's silver and copper. Over here, these are fancy metals. Base metal. Also blue quartz. And I think we're organized. I told you it'd only take me a moment. Double checking. We got a lot of silver and copper out at that one base. The Fee-Fi-Fo-Fum base. Good God. Okay. So, we want... let's do some numbers. Can someone please do me a favor and write down the number... I can count 7 and 12, please. 7 and 12. Or 7F, 12W, if you prefer. Wait, what? 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 Who ruined my organization? It was you, DJT! How dare you do this? I'll never forgive you. feel like this is the kind of thing I would do for the Cyclops in the other game. Assuming I actually use the Cyclops long term, which, you know. True enough, Crazy Norse. It's funny. Indie games, which are usually made by a team of people who really want to make a game, tend to keep being worked on after it finally launches. Huh. There was an interview I saw by, I can't remember his name, the gentleman who made Stardew Valley. He made a comment several times that how hard it was for him to stop working on Stardew Valley because he really wanted to work on other stuff like the upcoming Haunted Chocolatier. But he just kept wanting to go back and thinking, you know what, I could fix this, or I wonder if I added this to the thing. And he just kept having ideas, right? And I think anybody who's worked on any project ever, especially a creative one, knows exactly what that feels like. It's actually something I've talked about before on this very show, that you have to actually know when you need to launch. Because every now and again, you need to launch. Okay, wait. Two more water, and then I need 7 salt. I imagine at least a few AAA developers want to work on the game. Either that, or they're just kind of stuck there, because, you know... Like, be completely honest with me, Mr. Red. Imagine for a moment that all of your knowledge of ActiBlizzard is gone. That's about 5 years ago, and you've just gotten the opportunity to work on ActiBlizzard. When I say ActiBlizzard, sorry, I mean Blizzard. No, your knowledge about the company. Because this is the trap. It's the trap that, thankfully, culture has been slowly shifting away from as more and more people are aware of how abusive and unpleasant it's been to work for a lot of these companies. But it was still a very common thing for literal decades that companies would essentially get free talent. Because people wanted to work for EA, because people wanted to work for Blizzard, because people wanted to work for Sierra, Microprose, or whatever. And it led to
Seek fluid intake.
or BioWare, yeah. It led to a very, very problematic mentality, which admittedly is endemic in corporate America in general. I say corporate America. This is an international problem. To corporations in general, where it's more common to... we've talked about this. It's more common to get... that's not that... Where the hell? It's my scanner. Okay, that's just titanium. I don't care right now. Where it's more common to just fire somebody and then hire somebody new for cheaper than to do anything to try and retain customer loyalty. Right? Like that whole problem, that whole related issue. This way. Oh, that looks cool. Check it out. Hey, Crazy Norse. Let's do a couple of these real quick. But yeah, it is worth noting that for as much as I come down on companies for rushing games, and I absolutely do, there is also such a thing as you need to ship the game. We talked about that too. At a certain point in time, you need to ship. You need to get the product out there for one reason or another. If you just sit there and feature creep it forever, or if you just...
Warning, emergency power.
If you just fiddle with it forever, you're never going to be happy with it. That's just life. Any creative type knows exactly what I'm talking about with that. Yeah, Duke Nukem Forever, ironically, is an example of them constantly... it was Duke Nukem Forever, right? I might be thinking the wrong game. I think it was Duke Nukem Forever. It was a consequence of constantly changing engines and changing system requirements and being like, oh, we got to do the next biggest thing, and not actually making the product and putting it out. And yeah, Star Citizen, which is currently an example of that. It is Blade Cheval. It's knowing...
Power restored. All primary systems online.
Knowing when you need to just go ahead and get a product out and stop nitpicking it is something that is a critical skill for anybody who works on any creative project ever. I know that sounds weird, but trust me on this one. You really do need to, at some point or another, stop nitpicking it, stop trying to make it better, and you need to finally just be like, alright, I'm going to publish the book, I'm going to put the script out. And you're always going to notice those little flaws and problems that you could have fixed. But you need to do it at some point or another. Otherwise, it's never going to go out. So that's 4 water I just burnt. Hi, random. We've only encountered one really dangerous thing so far. Technically 2. The other one is out there somewhere. We haven't really encountered that one. We've been avoiding that one. But there is one further down we've encountered. That's a fun one. Yeah, exactly, Mr. Red. And speaking personally, I could use the theater projects as an example of something that I could have kept nitpicking and I could have kept trying to refine, and I'll always find something new or interesting or different that I could do. But at some point or another, the theaters had to go live. There's also a very serious danger. So obviously there's other problems with regards to this, which are obvious, which we've already covered. But there's something not a lot of people talk about that is very dangerous when it comes to not releasing a product. And that's momentum. You need to maintain a degree of momentum, both for you, the person putting it out, and for whoever is perceiving it, whether it's your audience on YouTube, or your actors for a theater project, or your players for a video game, or your viewers for a show, or whatever. At some point or another, they'll start losing momentum, and losing momentum is much worse than losing interest. Because interest can come back, but if you lose momentum, it now takes even more effort to get that momentum back up. That's why I call it that. Anyways, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. It's also one of the reasons I tend to get so vitriolic when game companies announce the release of a game that's not coming out for 5 or 8 years. Now, I know why they do that. I know exactly why they do that. But it still pisses me off. So, shadow dropping a game is a great thing, and not just because I prefer it personally. Because shadow dropping a game automatically sends a very specific signal to everyone involved in purchasing it. And that signal is, we have a great deal of confidence in this game. Did I say hi to random? Hi, random. Just about anybody, consciously or otherwise, will be like, oh, they know what they're doing with this one, and will respond accordingly. One of the reasons Hi-Fi Rush, which is probably the most recent example of this, sold so damned well so quickly, is because a lot of people looked at it and said, oh, well, if they're willing to just kind of drop this, it means that they know that this is a damn good game. Lo and behold, it's a damn good game. Go figure. Patrick Rothfuss. I don't think he's ever finishing that book at this point. Metroid Prime Remaster so far has sold quite well, but we won't know the real figures until the first quarter is done. Still, it's not exactly bad selling. Okay, there's a bunch right around here. In case you're wondering, by the way, the reason why gaming companies in case you didn't know this for whatever reason, the reason gaming companies will announce game releases way too early, this is true for movie companies as well, has nothing to do with us. Has nothing to do with the viewers or the players or anything. It is entirely for the stockholders. It is something that they do to say, yes, we're working on stuff. Please leave us alone. And I'm barely exaggerating with that. Yeah, it's for the investors. There are people whose jobs it is to maximize profit. No, wrong way. Phrase that. There are people whose job it is to maximize growth without regards to anything else, who could actually legally be fired for not doing that job. Generally speaking, that's for them. Because they will be asking questions and saying, what are you working on? And if you say, well, we don't want to announce it yet, they say, well, we need something. We've invested money into you, and we hold this stock and this percentage and this portion. And you're responsible to these people and these people. What do you got for us? This is also one of the reasons why several of these companies, even the ones that do shadow drops, then also tend to have other projects that they announce way in advance. Because that way they can have their cake and eat it too. You'll notice, by the way, now this is not 100% true, but you'll notice there is a trend, I need 2 more, where the stuff that gets announced way in advance tends to suck, compared to the stuff that gets shadow dropped, which tends to be good. And there's several connecting threads between those two things. Because when a development team is allowed to just make the best thing that they can, they tend to make the best thing that they can. Hi, Grand Spectre. I apologize. I think this is actually taking longer than it took to move the base. Also true, Blade Traval. Yeah, if you ever need to understand why investors are... Yeah, no kidding, Mike. If you ever want to wonder why investors tend to do stupid, dumb, terrible, stupid things, it's actually extremely easy to explain in one sentence. The government of Saudi Arabia recently invested heavily into a fairly large number of video game companies. To diversify. That really says all it needs to, right there. I could really go in depth into that topic because oil nations have all been facing a crisis ever since they became oil nations, oil states. And that crisis is, oh god, we need some kind of regular income that isn't oil. Some nations will then diversify and branch out into other factors and do other things to try and make sure that they function properly. Some didn't do that and immediately collapsed in on themselves. Saudi Arabia is currently trying to diversify. But if you're paying any kind of attention, and this is where the stupid answer comes in, they're diversifying to ensure that they have other sources of revenue for their country. It's like over 1, down 1. Down 1. I was about to say, I forget if it was Norway or Sweden or whichever one of you, but one of you became an oil state, and then pretty much immediately set into practice a fairly large number of programs to diversify like crazy, like from word go. Was it Norway? I should read up on this a while ago, because as I think I've mentioned a few times, I have considered moving And that's one of the only nation bundles, I should say, in the world that's actually been, something I've considered. And I know that's strange, but long-term economic policies is something that's of a great deal of interest to me, so hey, there we are. It was one of you, craziness. Y'all look the same to me. Anyways, I'm getting wildly off topic here. Point is, shadow drops tend to be good, but that tend to means exactly what it says. It tends to. So I think it was Crazy Norse just mentioned can't shadow drop stuff be things that are left out to die. Now that tends to happen more in movies than in games, and for what I can only refer to as a different reason. Save. Because... yeah, I figured it was Norway. Because that just in my head. Because I didn't think it was Finland. I was pretty sure it wasn't Sweden. Ironically, Sweden is the one I was most looking into moving towards, but Norway is the other big one. Movies are a whole other ball of wax. But occasionally you will see a game company that has no investment, no faith, no nothing in a game, and they just kind of let that game out to die. They just say, and either shove it out the window to recoup some losses, or what usually happens in game development is they just kill the project. So it doesn't actually happen all that much. But they're exactly the same, Retu. Movies are different. Movies put out movies designed to die all the time. And you might be thinking, why? That's a good goddamned question. The answer, in great simplicity, because it's actually a fairly complex thing, is that the economic ecosystem of creating movies is so reliant on itself to keep functioning that if studios stopped making movies, there's a pretty good chance the movie industry would die. The whole thing, top to bottom. And there's a lot of people in a lot of positions who have a lot of investment in making sure that that doesn't happen. Like, the movie industry is extremely... sorry, when I say the movie industry, I mean Hollywood, here in the States. Hollywood is extremely untenable. It is a dangerous house of cards that has been counterbalancing itself for decades. When COVID hit, I actually thought we were finally going to see Hollywood die. It didn't, but it came really close. For those of you who pay attention to the more economic and boring side of things, you know, Hollywood kind of went during the pandemic's initial phases, and it did not handle that well at all. A fairly large quantity of people have been... yeah, I call it incestuous, which is kind of gross, but I'm okay with that, because Hollywood's kind of gross. Hollywood is extremely incestuous. It is constantly dependent on itself, and a lot of its money circles within itself. Very little of it gets back out into the ecosystem. We have food, we have water, we have a thing. Yes, I have. Uthor. Okay. Do I have a goal? Magnite would be nice, but that's not happening. So I've got 2 alien artifacts. One of one's just right there. Let's go see that. Let's go see that artifact. It's pretty much all we got right now. I could make the other side of the truck, but I want to try to get a little progress going. I want to have a guy try to eat me as I'm leaving the thing. Hey, hey, hey! I'm driving here. Do these respawn? Does anybody know if these respawn? Real quick, no reason. I'm just wondering if we can kill it. Die! Die! So do those respawn? No reason. Yeah, set C-Truck to stun! I do think that a lot of television design decisions are starting to drift into Hollywood. So, I mentioned earlier that I was expecting Hollywood to die and it didn't. Have you heard me complain about the kind of come up with a term for it because I've never actually called it anything. The modular construction of movies that's become very common in the last couple of years. I'd say about 4 years. So, I'll just give a really, really brief version of this. So a lot of movies don't have really good, what I call connective tissue, which is story sequencing. And we review that when it comes to video games as well. And that's one of the reasons for that is because they will specifically write a movie so that the various scenes arguably don't even have anything to do with each other. And they just kind of go from one set piece to the next set piece to the next set piece, barely following what you might call a thread of narrative. The reason they do that specifically... No, not the cinematic universe thing. The reason they do that specifically is because they want to have each of the individual studios, like this graphics department here, and this graphics department here, and this graphics department here, and this post studio, and this actual filming studio, and they want all of them all working simultaneously. So the way movies used to be work, I'm going to do a really dumb visual explainer here, is you do the initial prep work, and you build the sets, and you build the props, and you build the costumes, you do the casting, and then you do your filming, and then you do your post, and then your film comes out. What they want to do is they want to do filming, and then they want to do that alongside post, which is being done while the filming is happening. And then instead of doing all the post stuff here, they split the post up amongst like 5 or 6 different individual groups, individual studios, which then all put into the final product, which goes out. Now this is actually worse from a long-term perspective, both financially and construction-wise. But it's technically cheaper because it means they can churn out movies quicker and easier. A lot less effort involved. But mostly quicker is the thing that really matters here. It's a good question, Lord Harriman. So, this has led to... It kind of is random. So this has led to a lot of problems. And I'm sure most of you can think of several movies that have come out in the last several years, which very clearly feel this modular thing. Now, this is one of the things they did to solve the aforementioned problem. The COVID problem. The oh God problem. The other thing that's becoming more and more common, and this one's a little bit more ephemeral to really talk about, but it's much easier to prove, ironically. All you need to do is look at the special effects of a major film that came out 10 years ago versus the special effects of a film that came out this year. You're probably wondering, what's the distinction? So I'm not just saying the special effects are worse, even though that is what I'm saying. But that's dismissive. That's not getting across the full breadth of what the problem is here. It's because the fact that the special effects are worse is not really the issue. What they're doing is they're starting to use television techniques in terms of how to produce certain types of effects, like CGI painting and certain types of green screening, along with set construction. How do I can't. In order to try and make movies cheaper. How do I do this? How do I do this? I would like to get into the back of my truck, please. How do I do that? I don't know how to do that. How do I get in my truck? Oh, how did that not work last time? Anyways, yeah, Jurassic Park, I hate to go to the cliched example, but Jurassic Park to this day, to this literal day, has better designed special effects than movies that came out this year. Movies that are literally now. Oh, that makes sense, Gearwinings. Thank you. And that's not nostalgia, that's not bias, that's not anything. Compare them side by side. Now, of course, Jurassic Park was expensive as hell. I've talked about it before. I've actually done a video on it. Jurassic Park was a huge project with a lot of people who were very creative and very talented and put a huge amount of time and work and effort into making that film the bonkers good film that it is. Now, I'm not going to name any modern films, but I can think of 3 right now off the top of my head. Those 3 films, they They don't look as good as Jurassic Park. And again, this ties back to what Crazy North said. Making them like television makes a degree of sense because it is making them cheaper. Now, here's where I give my opinion, because everything I've just said is not opinion. Everything I've just said is something that I could prove if you gave me some time and you know, a little bit of effort to put through some videos together or whatever. I could prove everything I just talked about. Interesting. So how do I get out, get out? Okay, there we go. So I just have to angle it to get out, get out. I wasn't going to go there. It's Chatter Machine. You said it, not me. But getting into opinion, I did actually need that. I saw that clear whiteness. I'm not sure how to interact with it. It is my opinion, first of all, that the way that the movie industry is designed needs to die. I'll just go ahead and say that flatly. It has been a death cycle of incestuous bullcrap and abusive terribleness for all kinds of people for decades. And you know what's really sad is Hollywood's gotten a lot better. That's the really messed up part. If you ever look into the makings of any of the old classic films, well, don't do that, because you're going to learn some things you probably didn't want to know. Interesting. yes, yeah. Yeah. Anyways. Point here being that, ignoring that for a second, it is my opinion that movies shouldn't be made cheaper. Movies are supposed to be, my opinion, movies are supposed to be a large-scale spectacle. That's what they do best. Now, there are other things that they can do. There are other things that they have done. Movies are a huge medium, after all. But movies should have time and effort and care spent on them. That's my opinion. If you want to churn out something, television is honestly a better medium for that, and frankly always has been. Not that I particularly want more bad shows, but from a purely financial perspective, I think churning in TV makes more sense than churning in movies. No, it doesn't make profit, but then again, I don't give a goddamn! So, you know, I'm a little bit biased on that one. Real talk, for whatever it's worth, studying how industries and ecosystems of the economy here in the States work has actually been fascinating for my own world building. Because then I could decide how movies are made in the extant, right? Check it out. I can just do this in my craft here. Alright, so that looks like that's down. Ooh, that's... I don't know how to get down there. That's like down there. Well, down goes that way, so let's go northeast and see what happens. Exactly, Crazy North. See, now Crazy North gets it. Yeah, I've actually found myself relying on the Sea Glide map a lot more on this one. Probably at least partially because there's a lot more cave networks in this one. Right. That is a mess, and none of this goes over there. None of it does. Maybe that? I might have to leave the sea truck for that. We don't really have one, Judo. Let's go straight southeast and see what that is. What's over here? What's over here? I'm going towards an artifact thing because I don't know where else to go, and I still don't have magnetite, which is continuing to be a pain in the arse. I actually really wish this map had more range, to be completely honest with you. Yeah, it looks like this might lead where we're going. I don't actually think it does. So let's go ahead. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing here, Daxiath. I've never played this before. This way, right? Yeah, this way. It's not gonna reach. It's not gonna reach. Where the hell? That is way out there. I don't even have the cavern it's in range. Bullet Train was surprisingly enjoyable. I'll actually give you that one. That lets me go deeper. I mean, I could go deeper, like right over here. In general. Isn't that where I just was, Mike's? Yeah, I feel like this is where we were. Even deeper. Oh, that's... Yeah, this is where we were, but... Yeah, this is where we encountered the Squid Leviathan. That boy down there. We got a lot of diamond. There was a crap ton of diamond down there. It's also where we got the pieces for the thing we got on our back right now. I don't see anything looking like a side cave. Just the crevice. No, it actually is a Leviathan. Check it out, check it out. Squid Shark, a Leviathan-class predator at the smaller end of the scale. Yep. We've already had a bite taken out of us by one of those. And then there's the frickin' grapplers down here. Those are fun. It's probably as far down as I dare go. A build down here. I mean... There's not really a lot of point in building a scanner until I have a HUD update anyways, but still might be worth thinking about. Yeah, I was gonna say, I was really extensive down here earlier. I got a bunch of lithium. Most of the lithium we've used we got down here, and we got a ton of diamonds. I'm gonna check something real quick, because I thought I saw something. Nope. Yep, okay, I went over there. I know where that is. I actually did go over there. Okay. Yep. Hi. Yeah, he was right behind me. Good to know this outruns him. Okay. Yep, nope. It's okay. I don't have to go to the bathroom anymore. Alright. Hate those things. Hate those things so much. At least I can scan the damn thing now. Hate those things more, and I hate the damn squid thing. That hurt, too. Did you see how much damage I took from that? Jesus Christ. So I've already been over there. So I thought I saw a cave structure over here, but it isn't. I've actually been in there. And I'm going to double check. We're going to be thorough. I'm reasonably certain I've been over there, too. Yeah, I've been pretty thoroughly... I have explored down here quite a bit, and it's almost entirely devoid. So let's figure out where my ship is. There you are. a good question. Shadow Machine, I don't know. Grab some air. Water. We're going to grab a save, and then we're going to be really stupid. Hate that 300-meter depth range. Whoops, wrong button. Wrong button, wrong button. Okay, so where was that? Yep. 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 It's also kind of hard to see the damn red things when you're trying to pay attention to the map. Okay, this doesn't look like it goes anywhere, and I'm almost positive I went over here anyways. I obviously didn't, because I didn't get grab these. Okay, let's grab these. Still, it doesn't look like it goes to anything. Shut up, Lord. Jesus Christ. Okay, so...
Both reassuring and unsettling to rediscover this site after being in storage for so long. My connection to the network grows stronger, however slightly. I hope you will continue to search for more of these.
New technology acquired.
Quantum Locker. This artifact's function is poorly understood, but scans indicate it generates a strong electromagnetic field. Some hypotheses function. Energy transfer device, geomagnetic scientific instrument, or communication network node. What is that thing that I just got? Where is it? Is it up? Is it down? There it is. Quantum Locker. Storage solution which shares content with all other quantum lockers. That's interesting. Wonder how much space. Could someone tell me how much space it has? Because it looks like a deployable, like the waterproof locker. I say it probably doesn't have a lot of space, which kind of sucks because that would be awesome if that had, you know, a decent chunk of storage. Interesting. So I'm trying to think of what kind of resources would be useful to have just anywhere. Just like you're out and about and you could just deploy that thing and have access to whatever. Thank you, Shadow Machine. Yeah, 16 is not a lot. It's better than nothing. Alright, so we need to get that crap hell out of here very quickly. Because it's trying to eat us.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Copper. Tablets, yeah. That would have been helpful back in the first game.
Oxygen.
Warning. Maximum depth reached. Hull damage imminent.
Jackass. Okay, so we got the one artifact and a recipe I used immediately, which is funny because I think we could build it. We aren't lacking resources for that. Good afternoon, Evo. You missed some fun. You missed a lot of fun, actually. Ooh, uh-oh. There we go. Sorry, Crazy Nurse, you're getting a little bit larger in the tail region. Okay. So, that unfortunately doesn't help me much. Wait, was that not the... Oh god, that was a different artifact than the one I was looking for. Oh my god. Whatever. We found an artifact. You know what? I'm going to take that as a win. We probably need to find all of them eventually anyways. Okay, let's head back to the base. Let's head back to the base. She's over here somewhere. I should probably move that thing at some point because it's literally in the wrong spot. And at some point, I mean now, Hey, check out what we got, Eva. Check it out, check it out. We actually got like a food thing, water, storage locker. We got a bunch of stuff. It's cool. So grab all the loot we just grabbed. Out. And grab the base. Thank you, FM Aylward. Always. I'll put that towards the Dyson Sphere program. There's a game. Is that out yet? Is that out of early access yet? So we've got the Dyson Sphere program, the Entropy Center, and of course King's. Oh god, why am I playing this? For. Yeah, see? We got a little storage thing clamped on. We still need to test if we got another thing we can clamp on. But... We do not have a swimming suit yet, no. We don't have a pattern for a swimming suit yet. Here's our actual base. Don't make fun. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. That's okay. Gives me time to get there. Yeah, the spike is literally a solar tower. That's how we're powering the base right now. Okay, we also didn't have to empty the storage because we could just do it now if we wanted to. I really like this. Like, this is so cool. I'm actually leaning towards that separate positive just for how cool that is and how much it adds to the truck, you know? Instead of the Seamoth and its little inventory things, which are okay, but this is cool. Jot that down as a potential positive. Okay. Let's see here. 2. Dump off the titanium. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do that. Any did we? Jeez Louise. Well, so far I like the trucks better than the Cyclops. But as I've already mentioned, the Cyclops is neat, but ultimately not very useful, which kind of sucks. Like, it's cool, but... Oh, right. And there's the quantum locker, yeah. The truck is definitely more versatile. Way more maneuverable, faster. Doesn't have as much space on it, but, I mean, that's the consequence of the aforementioned. More maneuverable and faster. Isaac Teft. It's all... Yeah, that's true. It's much more modular, which I am hugely in favor of. Yeah, awesome but impractical. One of my favorite tropes. Okay, let's make 2 food happen just really quick, since we have the salt for it. That's a good question, and I don't know either. So let's grab some water too over here, and a couple of food. Oh, yeah, actually, I want to try out something super quick. Do I have this stuff on me to do it? No, of course I don't. I need quartz. I have been made aware of that, yeah, which I find funny. I just want to do it. We haven't tried the jukebox yet, no. Do I like Kingdom Hearts? Do I like Kingdom Hearts? Hey, chat. Do I like Kingdom Hearts? Maybe you should ask my full lore run of Kingdom Hearts about that. And you might say, well, you could do a lore run on something you don't like. No, it doesn't work that way. For me to label something a lore run, I have to be very in-depth familiar with it and do a lot of research on top of that. So, by definition, the only things I do lore runs of are things I am very passionate about. No, I really didn't, Mr. Red. Don't try to pull it technically on me. But, having said that, I strongly recommend you watch the Ride to Hell Retribution lore run. What am I doing? That doesn't make sense. Oh, that's why. I mean, the Kingdom Hearts Kingdom Hearts had perfectly understandable time travel until they ruined it in 3. But it was understandable up till that point. I stand on that hill. DeQuack lagged out some misdeeds. I'm not repeating myself. No, repeat. I'll take that. Fanfic run. I'll take that. I want to test something super quick, and then we're going to... I don't know what we're going to do. I'm starting to run out of direction. Wow, so we can have a top-down hatch. Someone mentioned that earlier, and I wanted to test that. Let's see what we can do for the bottom hatch. I mean, that's pretty much what happened here, why not? It was like, oh, this makes perfect sense. And then they wrote it. And there's the bottom hatch, too, if you want to have that. Nice. Someday I actually hope to make sea salt ice cream. My own recipe, not whatever the actual recipe is. But that's in the fever dreams of, like, actually having something insane and crazy happen. Like me actually owning a house. Favorite Keyblade? Terra's final Keyblade in Birth by Sleep is probably my favorite. I don't remember what it's called. After that, I'd have to think about it. I am fond of Young Xehanort's, though, the time one. A fanfic run of Psalm? Oh, Jesus. Here and let me eat you. Kingdom Hearts 2 in English, Eternus, no question. Don't even have to think about it. Good night, Dr. Winter. More practical. I mean, a Kingdom Hearts rewrite is something that's in the cards. I'm just saying. Although that's a very much a someday kind of a thing. Right now I have several Final Fantasies, Battletech, Star Trek, Star Wars. Diablo to get through. Yes, I want it to look like the thing in Aladdin. Can you do that for me, Evo? Don't actually do that. Okay. What's the name of the city in Diablo 3 that's totally not Luke Ghislaine? Wink, wink. Haldeum, I want to say? That's because it is DJT, until Kingdom Hearts 3. I think it's Chaldeum. Look up the Chaldeum Central Palace. Something like that, Evo, is what I picture in my head. Oh god, that would take so much time. So that would be terrifying. Okay. So, I don't actually have something to do right now, with one exception. There's one thing I know to do. I have no idea how to spell it. Hang on. Diablo 3, Act 2. Chaldeum. C-A-L-D-E-U-M. There it is. Boom. Okay. I would argue strongly against that, DJT. Fervently against that. God, no. Most of the story negatives I gave Kingdom Hearts 3 were for its inconsistency. A little bit Crazy Norse, but no more so than, say, movies or, you know, Star Wars or comic books or whatever. So, with literally nothing else to do, we're going to go after that thing out in the I don't know where, and we'll just see what happens. Let's put the light on. Yeah. Piss off! I'm trucking here. That looks like a thing in my way. Oh, I'm sure there have been, Crazy Norse. I did decide to spoil one very small thing for me. There is an edge. It is functionally identical to the edge that exists in the first game. Hi. You know, you go out, death spawns, then it spawns a second time, then it spawns a third time, and there you go. It's okay, Crazy Norse, I actually saved twice. Yeah, I've been discouraged from exploring this area by the giant alligator deaths. But you're right, I haven't really done a lot of exploring around here. Sleeper module to the sea truck. Yeah, those guys have discouraged me from exploring this area. But we're here. You know, Fred, it's going to show up on your quarterly report, Fred. I just want you to know that. We can now make another module, the sleeper module. And a booster tank. I don't even know what that is.
New blueprint synthesized.
I have no idea, DJ2. So there's the sleeper module, which requires... Oh, we can make all that happen. Of course, lithium. So we'll have to think about that while we're here. Booster tank. Use oxygen to give yourself a speed boost. No. We haven't in quite a while, Evo. So I'm gonna go with no. I swear this is the other reason I don't make batteries, because I get batteries from these stupid chests. I got batteries for days, yo.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
She's fine. She's dead. She's turbo dead. Everybody's dead in these games. What's-her-face was an exception. Oh, that's fast.
Significant geothermal activity detected below. Beware of high pressure and temperatures.
I was about to say I don't see any alligators down here, and then I see one right there. No, I don't think I did, Kira White Noise. Unless I did, in which case, never mind. The biggest thing we've seen is Squidhead. He's been fun. On behalf of Zeta London 4546B, Robot Section Leader, and Ingram Cormac, President of Altera Transgov, I regret to inform you of the death of Samantha Ayu. She died on this planet, regrettably as a result of injuries sustained in an accident arising from her own negligence. Please allow me to communicate the most profound condolences for the loss of your sister. While further details are unavailable at this time, you'll receive contact from the Department of Insurance and Recuperation concerning your responsibilities as next of kin with regards to repayment of damages and legal fees. If you have any questions, you may file Form Y7Y-SS-SU49U2K. Your query will be addressed in sequential order. Yeah, we also saw the ice worm earlier. That was actually pretty cool. And not just because we lived through it. Docking module. How many of these are there? Don't answer that. Yeah, the corporate side is so much more terrifying than this, it's kind of funny. Uranite. Interesting. A little early to get Uranite. Although I guess we are on day 2 and like 10 hours in, so I guess that's not early. She's been pretty quiet, although she's been talking to her other passenger a bit. Just a bit. I have no idea, Crazy Horse. We'll find out. We'll make all the modules, don't worry. That's going to be a goal. Right now I'm dodging Croc Boy there. Oh, you haven't met our other passenger yet. Ooh, we found another wreck. Excellent. Thank God other people died here. Whew. Alright, so where's my ship? Here's my ship.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
I don't think we can. We have yet to unlock the pattern for the cutting beam. But we didn't go in the other wreck yet. But I needed oxygen. Needed to dump off some stuff. Oh, we're getting a lot of loot down here. Look at all this. That would explain the uranite right around here, I guess. Grab some air. Walk out of this fresh. Oh, hopefully you'll see Evo before you leave forever. Because of how much you hate me and hate watching me. See, I need to do a co-op stream with Evo, then she'll be engaged. Actually, no, Kevin, which is weird. Cut to open access. Okay, that's all I need to see there. Let's go ahead and drop a thing. No. Rec 2. What can we get while we're here? Big cell. Another cut thing. Hopper of all things. A jukebox disc. And the command chair. At some point, this will be a thing. For now. Now, maybe the truck handles like a little bit more sluggishly each new thing you add to it. I don't know. But so far, it's been handling just the same. This is why I like this. We can just, like, oh yeah, look at all this loot I got. I can just dump it in the lockers. That's why this is the first one I made. So we'll be back for that later. Oh, here, let's do a little beacon management. So I want that to be green. I want those to be... we'll make those red. And then we'll make me orange. Yep, me orange. Orange, green, green, green. Where's the base? Oh, I don't have a base thing up. I should do that at some point. I don't know, DJT. Ah! Hang on, I think I'm too diagonal. There we go. No, I don't think I have anything in here. Like, the truck spot itself is actually quite small. Let's see it here. We've got the disconnect the module button, and we've got the leave button. He's running into us. It's probably just volcanoes. But never know. There's definitely some alien tech down here. So, excuse me, architect tech. Architect. There we go. Yeah, if anybody sees magnetite, feel free to shout, because that is still a giant pain in our side. My hearing. There's a docking module frag. 2 or 3. Goes down a bit, doesn't it? Yeah, we could take... Hello. We could take Crazy Norse down a little bit further. We're not at the 300 limit yet. No idea, Crazy Norse. I couldn't interact with it. I guess I could try slicing it. Yeah, no, nothing. Doodads. Decent doodads, but doodads. Horsepower. Upgrade. 1 of 2.
Warning.
Oh,
30
right, I
seconds
need air,
of
don't I?
oxygen remaining.
Shoot, that's,
Oxygen.
Yep, 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 yep. Thanks. So hang on, let's do this first, then we'll go down. Yeah, I saw that too on the way over. I was just in a bit of a hurry. That's just salt. Now we have the docking module, whatever that is. More lithium, gonna need it. We're probably gonna need a lot of lithium for all the plasteel we're gonna be making. Yeah, it's quite pretty. This looks like a biome I've actually already been in, and that's because it is, but not in this specific spot, obviously. Prawn suit grappling arm. I think there's a prawn in this game. Random guess. Oh my god. We're gonna get the grappling arm in 2 before we got the grappling arm in 1. We don't even have a prawn yet. So far, the biggest thing that I'm discouraged by is the cave nature of this one. I'm not a huge fan. Especially in a game where it's so hard to have any kind of idea of what's around you. Like, this is acceptable, but still not what I would call great. So the increased emphasis on the cave network is not something I'm super fond of.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Biggest improvement is the thing I'm driving right now. Down then.
Another site found. Perhaps its data will tell me something useful.
There's our passenger, Evo.
I've collected enough data to extrapolate the location of a component necessary to assemble my body. I will provide a signal.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
That's more of a debatable question than you'd think, Evo. Based on analysis, it's speculated this artifact is an archaeological tool for finding and excavating fossil remains. The main body of the equipment is housed between 2 glide rails. The excavator meets a sonar pulse that gathers data on the ground beneath it. When it bounces back with possible fossilized objects, it begins the excavation process. A set of lasers emit from the arms and slowly removes micro layers of material. Once the fossil is revealed, the same carefully calibrated lasers are utilized to break loose material while preserving the fossil underneath. Fossils can be analyzed using carbon dating and other methods to understand the environmental makeup that might have been millions of years ago, which can be compared to current data to look for trends. Yeah, the Cyclops would be literally useless in this game. It would be a base that you can move a little bit. There's just too many tight corridors everywhere. I'll take the free ion cube, though. Thank you. Hey, Maverick. Oh, tell me about our prisoners. That'll be useful for a lot of reasons, not just fossils, but yeah. Evo was what I would call sleek in the previous game. But really, really long, and she doesn't like bending her legs, so... A decent chunk of lithium out here. Where Oh shit, where's the crazy horse? There you are.
How do humans function
Hold up. Before we let him talk,
with such a fallible
do a little bit of inventoriness. There, okay, now you can chat.
inferior body?
Excuse you? My body is anything but inferior.
Warning, maximum
I work
depth
hard for
reached.
my body
Hull
to be able
damage
to do what
imminent.
it does.
Yes, but its overall form is not ideal. For example, consider its use of primitive ball and socket joints.
Is there anything you don't find primitive? Humans bartered with evolution to get more brain wrinkles and opposable thumbs.
It is true the opposable thumb is excellent, but all corporeal forms are temporary. The ability to be reborn when a body breaks down is paramount.
My body is my own and I cherish it. It grows with me. Humans have one life. We plant trees we can never experience the shade of. We build for the next generation.
Noble, but again, truly inefficient.
You are incredibly frustrating, you know that?
I hope to see the forms of my people again.
Doubt it. They all died to a bacteria, Mr. Inefficient. Yeah, so that's an alien Evo. Now, they don't seem to care about continuity of self, so it's not really what I would refer to as the original alien. By all accounts, it's actually a data backup of the original alien. It's just they don't care about that because they don't care about continuity of self. We don't even know if this is Alan 2. It might be Alan 15 or 50 or 500 for all we know. Yeah, like I was talking about earlier, please don't eat me. Like I was talking about earlier, very few games, very few fictions actually, introduce a species, or at least any kind of sentient sapient intellect, which has no personal care for continuity of self. Nier Automata and this one were the only two I could think of. But yeah, it's actually mentioned in one of the data logs that even they are not sure if the transferal process is completely lossless. I mean, that's not what continuity of self means, though, Crazy Horse. I don't have a better phrase for that because it's such an discussed concept that I'm basically borrowing a term from Soma in order to try and discuss the concept. Okay, so we should be... There we are. There's home. You get the overall idea. They, don't seem to give a damn whether they are the original or not. I keep using they, not because they're genderless, because it's clearly a he, but because they are apparently a hive mind. This is another creepy thing. We should just kill these people, honestly. Let's bring the nukes. Come on, bring the nukes in. Let's go. I'm tired of you being here. Is there a way to, like, lock this? Yeah! It's... No, but we can change the colors. No, Borg... Ironically, Borg are not actually a hive mind in the traditional sense of the word. Like, when you hear the phrase in science fiction, hive mind, what you're thinking of is actually not the Borg. Yeah, Geth is a much better terminology. mean, he has a lot of similarities to Legion. Okay, so there's the booster tank. We're not making that. There's the afterburner upgrade. We could make one of those. There's the benzene, which... Yeah. Hold on, what was that? The other thing. That's a hydraulic fluid. We already did that. Okay, cool. You know, Zach Taft, you don't have to wait literally like 10 seconds before asking if the question, which did go through, which you even got a response saying, "Question man has received your question," to see if the question went through. A little bit patience, Zach Taft, just a little bit. I mean, I'm cool with reducing the amount of vibranium in the MCU in general. I think adding way too much vibranium was actually a bad decision from a world-building perspective. And not just because vibranium is overpowered as crap. Though it is. You got it, Chemic. I'm thinking tacos is my answer to you, Chemic. I don't even have room for most of this crap. I may have to make another one of these things, but that's okay, because I can do... You know what I should do? Where would I put it, though? Yeah, so the reason I say the Borg aren't really a hive mind is what the Borg are is a... The Borg are kind of three separate entities all in one. There's the Collective, which is kind of its own separate individual entity, which is essentially enforcing its will upon all the members within it simultaneously. Then there's the Network, which is all the different minds being able to process things from different angles and different perspectives. It was the original idea of the Borg. You have 1,000 captains of a ship instead of one captain of a ship, and therefore they are much less likely to make errors, and they are far more likely to think of things through logically and see things from a lot of different angles. Then you have the individuals, because there are lots of people in the Borg. Because remember, when you are assimilated by the Borg, you're still in there. You're trapped. You have no control of your body, because the Collective has control of your body. And the Network is borrowing your mind, but you're still there. Yeah, Unimatrix Zero, for all its flaws, does showcase that reasonably well. In Star Trek, well, okay, in the shows, no, Crazy Norse. I've posited for years the idea that there would be people who would willingly sign up to be a member of the Collective. And the fact that the Cooperative exists, and is going to get fleshed out a lot more on the Trek Rewrite, probably adds some layer to that weight. Or some weight to that theory, excuse me. Yeah, the Borg are kind of supposed to be absolutely terrifying. I hope I do them justice. Yeah, I know, I can make a prawn arm. Go away. Okay. So where would I put it? Ironically, I hate the Qun. Like personally, not from a... Like, in lore, I hate the Qun. From a meta perspective, the Qun is a wonderfully terrifying thing. Probably wasting my time with this, but I'm still going to do it. there. It feels like there's room for more modules. We'll deal with that next. That's our next thing. Not right now, not right now. I don't know what you're talking about, Eternus. Sorry, you're just... I just hear gibberish. I don't know what's going on there. Might be a translation issue. I don't know. Give me a second and I'll check. I want to do something first before I forget. Thought process here. I'm going to put it over there, aren't I? I have to put it over there, aren't I? Yeah, I'll have to put it over here. That's okay, I can do that. We can make a reactor now if we wanted to. Okay, let's test out the Kira white noise theory. Sure looks like I can. Yep. Wait, you can breed large animals? Jesus Christ. I haven't even bred small animals. In fact, I don't think I can make an aquarium yet. And I am right. I have very few interior stuff I can do. I can't grow anything. I can make a command chair. Oh yeah, there we go. This is my room right here. Check it out. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I forgot where I was here for a second. You know, that's true, Shadow Machine. Probably true of several settings if we think about it. Yeah, it's just a giant room with just one chair in it. Relaxing and confidence building. Okay, so what does that take? 4 enameled glass and 2 lithium. Let's move that back, Crazy Norse, because I do want that, but that's going to take a minute. It even looks like the Shinra office, doesn't it? Angular, blacks, whites, you know, nice, stark, bright lighting. I love it. All right. But what I really want to do is bore you. My goal in life is to bore every one of my viewers, to tears, preferably. So let's get that boredom in, shall we? Let's do this. Yeah, the roof. The actual main thing wasn't all that bad. The roof, much more expensive. I wish we had a larger storage than the locker, but whatever. We'll just live with it. We'll just live with it. Where's my question queue? Maybe I get to answer questions here. Let's see, these people are here, though. Oh, Flegend. I think Flegend left earlier. Damn. Exy's not here. Judah already answered that. Evo was awesome. Do I like the visual design of the sea truck? Actually, yeah. Oh, Flegend's here. On the topic of movies and such, what's my gut feeling for the Fallout series by Amazon? Amazon does not have a really good track record. Having said that, I literally think it's about a 50-50 shot, and that's my gut answer to that. So Amazon's approach so far has been to fling money at projects. Now, you might think, Laura, you yourself talk constantly about properly funding things. To which I respond, yeah, there's that word properly in there. Amazon doesn't properly fund things. They throw money at things. That's different. You actually cannot make anything good just by money. Now, money helps a lot, especially since you can then gain access to the material and talent you require to make something good. But money by itself isn't going to cut it. So, there are some Amazon, whatcha-figs. That's what I thought. There are some Amazon shows that have kind of nailed it. And then there's the rest of them. They can eat that because, you know, why not? Jeez. Hang on, let's try to be efficient about this. And yeah, the Expanse show is a perfect example of how that can lead to something good, but doesn't necessarily lead to something good. I mean, yeah, I enjoyed Grand Tour, don't mistake me, but the extra money didn't really produce commensurable extra quality. I think there's plants, but I don't actually, like, I've got these pots I could put plants in, but I don't know. There's the jukebox, and that's kind of it. Nope. Misclicked. I was about to say. What are you talking about? Oh, could we put peppers in there? Oh, yeah, let's find out really quick. Just super quick. Completely off-center, but whatever. We'll figure it out. I would buy that, Crazy Norse. Not saying it's true, I'm just saying I would believe it. I should also probably mention... Hey! I only grow the one, it looks like, but hey, it's something, I think. Yep, just the one. Still, we got something growing. Which is cool, because now I gotta take it away, because that's not where I want that. Let's put this, like, over... No. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I know how we're gonna do this. We're gonna put it right here. No, Crazy Norse? They were grayed out in the original, too, when you did that. Grayed out means you can't pull it back out. That's what it means. Like, once you put it in there, you're committed. So I just lost the one that I planted earlier as a test. Thank you, Vulgarity. Always. I will put that down for the Kirby block. We'll find out if rotten plants grow. Get there. And then Shadow Machine decided to fling some money. Did he fling it properly, though? Let's see. Shootas, Blood, and Teeth. EU4, and Helltaker. That sounds proper to me. Thank you very much, Shadow Machine. Always appreciate. Much obliged. Thank you. Okay. What are we at? Okay. A little more inventory juggling here. By a little, I mean a lot. We're moving all our inventory out there. That's what we're changing the vault. Yeah, I was gonna say Helltaker's like a one afternoon game, isn't it? If I remember correctly. You know what I could do? Just occurred to me. I have this extra storage. I don't need any of this in my inventory right now. Except for the builder. You know one thing I liked in Grounded? Even though it felt like a bug? Having a pallet filled with stuff, and then just moving the pallet, and it took all the stuff with it. I'm honestly probably going to want more of these later, but whatever. We can make more. These aren't actually all that expensive. Quartz and titanium, comparable to the other resource problems I'm constantly having, quartz and titanium are really easy to come by. Not that I'm complaining. Oh, tell me about it, Chester Copperbot. Alright, so now we'll do our first organic side, which will be over here. Evo will give me money for some reason. I finished off the cheesecake today. I'm very sad. Because now there's no more cheesecake. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. I don't have cheesecake. I actually don't have any sweets of any kind for the moment, which I need to rectify. I think I've talked about that before. Make fun if you want. I tend to have morale issues when I don't have access to sweets. I don't eat sweets all that often. In fact, I generally don't eat sweets in general. But if I don't have access to sweets, that gets to me. Reminds me of when I didn't have food. Fruit I would keep on hand if I had a more steady access to fruit, which I of course do not. Oh man, key lime pie, that's a great idea. I just had a great idea, everyone. I'm gonna get a key lime pie. Key lime pie. There we go. Oreo cakesters? I don't even know what that is. Where do you get those, Shadow Machine? One short. At the grocery store. Like, where, though? I've never even heard of them. Of course, my grocery stores have terrible variety. Yeah, there's the... I think we're good on diamonds for a while. Cookie Owl. Alright, I'll look for it. Oreo cakesters. See what those are all about. Dude, I would kill for some cellular peptide cake with mint frosting. I'd stab someone in the shoulder for that. One might say. Oh, God. Favorite looking fruit and favorite tasting fruit. Well, my favorite tasting fruit is either raspberries, watermelon, pineapple, or mango. I don't think I could pick between those. Don't make me. Don't make me pick. Favorite looking fruit. I'm not a big fan of strawberries. Not really. I mean, I'll eat strawberries. Sorry, I shouldn't say it that way. I would consider strawberries below average on the overall scale. That's what I mean by that. Good, as most fruit is good, but when compared to other fruits, nah. Oh my god, Pillars of Snow. I'm gonna go move in with Pillars of Snow really quick. You cool with that? I'm gonna be streaming a lot, like 8, 10 hours a day, just so you know. Is that cool? We cool? We cool. Alright, so. I'm just gonna literally drop this here as like a placeholder for the resources. Yeah, grapes look pretty boring. Peaches and plums look pretty boring. Like, I'm trying to think, based just solely on looks. No, I prefer mayonnaise, Subnautica. Good pineapple's hard to come by. You know what? Hang on. I'm going to add another fruit to the list, but I forgot about it because I don't have access to it. Grapefruit. Now, hold on. What you're probably thinking in your head right now is, how do you not have access to grapefruit? Whatever you've had at the grocery store, that's not grapefruit. I mean, it is. But have you ever had a grapefruit that you have just plucked and eaten fresh? It tastes completely different. It is a whole other thing. So I don't have access to good grapefruit because I would have to act... Like, if I had a house that had any land, I'm going to look into making my own grapefruit tree because holy hell. Right. I'm gonna put the copper wire in there and the power cell and the chips. And you. Actually, we'll just keep you in here, I guess. I don't have room anywhere else. Yep, okay. Yeah, fresh grapefruit is legit. But I'm still trying to think of the best looking fruit. I'm really tempted by raspberries. They just look cool. Like just
Seek fluid intake.
Little bundle of seeds, just hanging out, doing their thing. I mean, true enough, Crazy Norse. I mentioned grapefruit specifically because fresh-picked apples or fresh-picked oranges don't have a completely different palate than store-bought, right? Oh, kiwis. I love kiwis. Oh, God. Oh, kiwis. I've decided to add another one to my favorite list. Kiwis. Okay, how many of you also eat the skin of the kiwis, like I do? Like, I'm trying to gauge how weird I am here. I mean, I brush regardless, because I have to take care of my teeth. But yeah. Okay, this is fine, this is fine. Aw! The damn tower's in the way. I was gonna build the hatch right there. Just be able to enter, like, right where I want to go. I'm still probably just going to use this to get in. Who needs a hatch? I don't eat the stem of the strawberry, although my niece does. Potatoes is the other one, by the way. I love the skin of potatoes, especially properly cooked. Oh my god. So, fun fact, part of my dinner tonight, Flygand, will be a tomato.
Vital signs stabilizing.
I mean, I've known for years how good tomatoes are just as a snack, but recently just a tomato with some salt and or pepper has become a regular snack food of mine. I mean, I think I've gotten that. In fact, I know I've gotten that same recommendation, Crazy Horse, recently. So, how do you serve it? So what I do, nice big chunks of slices. Okay, first thing I do is I actually get a bowl, and I put some hot water in it, and I just let it sit for a while, because it's straight out of the fridge, right? So until the tomato has acclimated to a more room temperature. Once that's done, slice, bit of salt, and that's kind of it. Or salt and pepper, like I said, it's whatever. However I want to do that. Okay. Delicious apple seeds. All of my nieces love tomatoes so much that every time I go to visit them, I make it a point to get them some different type of tomato, like each time. So let's see what these take. What do we got? We've got the fabricator, the docking, and the sleeper. We got a lot of resources. Oh, I believe you, Crazy Horse. I actually love a good cucumber too, but once again, I don't do store-bought cucumbers. They're not... Store-bought cucumbers are too waxy, I think is how I want to explain that. You get a cucumber from your own garden? Oh. Also, by the way, cucumbers with salt, while we're on the subject. Okay, so, right, I need a lot of stuff. I need 9 lead. I might actually not have... Oh, right, that's not an entrance anymore. In fact, I could get rid of this entire thing over here, but I think the whole base is leaning on it, so we'll leave it 5 for now. In we go. I'm also a huge fan of cucumbers that are good. I prefer crisp and sharp. The two, there is the flavor palette, or excuse me, the texture palette and flavor palette that I prefer from cucumbers. Okay, so we need a lot of stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we actually do need lead. It's a rare one. Oh yeah, and I started this whole thing by mentioning watermelon. Can I just say that watermelon is something I could eat, like, at any time? And just, yep, nope, I'm good. You want anything else? No, I got watermelon. I'm not even trying with this thing. It's worthless. Worthless, I say. That's... No. Where's my scanner? Where's my tools? Now, continuing the trend of weird fruit eating habits, how many of you eat down to the skin on the watermelon? The rind, I think, is what it's called. Like, the red part is fine, but the part of the watermelon I actually enjoy the most is the rind, or whatever it is. Yeah, they are. Okay, so. Ahem. Although, I should probably store some of my tools here, just for the hell of it. Tools I'm not using right now. That and that. And, that. Let's see, what else? Okay, here's another one for you. This is also true for both grapefruit and oranges. I like taking, like, you peel, right? Then you eat the orange, and then you've got this peel left, and I like to scrape out the inside pulp on the inside of the skin and eat that. I don't think I've ever had theirs, Eternus. So I suppose my answer is, I don't know. I hate to default to raspberry for my favorite looking fruit, but I'm really coming up dry on that. Best looking fruit. These are some dumb choices. Like dragon fruit's on here, for example. And whatever... Why? Durian's on here. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go with strawberries. Let's go with strawberries. Final answer. Strawberries, raspberries, blackberries were my big three. And I do enjoy all three of those. I've never actually encountered durian, so I can't speak to it personally. I only know it by reputation. Obviously, I don't carry that kind of stuff here. Which is the one I actually want? It's this way, isn't it? Let's head north. I never did scan that thing that could kill me in seconds. Anyways, just wanted to comment on that. Best looking okay, so favorite vegetables and favorite looking vegetables. So for favorite looking, oh, I love mango. Oh, I love mango so much. I like a lot of tropical fruits. This is why we blame Canada, Subnautica. It's Evo's fault. Galena. Galena's the one I need. Future reference. Dark one. Looking vegetables. I'm gonna go with celery. Big old stalk of celery. It just looks crisp. Ironic, I don't actually care for celery that much. I stand by my answer. So now, favorite vegetable to eat. That's a lot trickier, isn't it? Is that two sea glides right next to each other? Jeez Louise.
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Ow. So, okay. You all know my favorite vegetable. It's a gimme. Go ahead, tell me in chat right now, what's my favorite vegetable?
Warning. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Carrots. I have bags of carrots in my fridge right now. So, moving on from carrots, because those are obviously my favorite. I love so many different kinds of vegetables. I've always been a vegetable and fruit person, which is funny, because I'm also a meat person, but it's neither here nor there. I'm not sure I could pick favorites. I like so many different vegetables. We've got potatoes, we've got tomatoes, we've got cucumbers, there's onions. I'm a huge fan of onions, and there's so much you can do with onions. I mean, just ground beef is always going to be the answer there. Well, actually, no, that's not true. Excuse me. That's not true. Chicken. Chicken is always cheapest. You can get chicken for very cheap if you get the kind that has to be deboned and get rid of the gristle yourself. That can be extraordinarily cheap. I can't stand that, and I don't like having to prep the chicken, so I go ahead and spend a little bit more to just get prepped chicken. But still, chicken is going to be as cheap as it gets. No, Evo. Okay. Well, I just lost Evo. So I need an artist for the Diablo rewrite, and possibly every other rewrite, if anybody's interested. Just gonna let you know, you're never gonna be as good as her. You're gonna have to accept that. That's just how that is. I need a lithium. Need one lithium. God dang it. That's a good idea, Judo. And that way more people can be part of the chain. I like broccoli, I like cauliflower. Hang on. It's just... vegetables. Like, I'm not sure there's vegetables I don't like. Brussels sprouts, corn. Oh, you know what? Corn. Corn's way up there for me. So I mentioned how I eat tomatoes as a snack. I also eat corn as a snack. Artichokes, can't get a hold of them anymore, but I love artichokes. Various types of mushrooms, if those count. I'm not a fan of eggplant, so that's one I don't like, is eggplant. I do love asparagus. I love radishes. Squash, I can only have cooked. Like all the different... there's a lot of different types of squash, but it's all the same thing. All the squash have to cook it. Brussels sprouts are yes, also have to cook those. Beans, that is to say like green beans, love green beans. Oh my gosh. And that leads us to the vegetable that's coffee for me. Bell peppers. Oh god, I could eat avocado raw. And I do every time. So about once a year they get good avocados here. And I almost always buy an avocado and just eat it. Just... oh. By the way, cliches aside, avocado on toast is actually quite good. I actually do not, Judo Joker. Please don't hate me. So, would you like to know why, Crazy Norse? Because I like cooked bell peppers. Cooked bell peppers don't cause me this issue. But something about raw bell peppers sets off a mild allergic reaction in me. It's not a big one, but it does actually cause me problems. It makes my whole, my mouth numb. 2 pips southwest. Ironically, that's the wrong word. Amusingly, whatever. I like the taste of bell peppers, and when they're cooked, they don't bother me. Can't eat them raw anymore. And I do say anymore. I used to actually just have them as a snack. I used to have a lot of vegetables as a snack. Someone asked why I'm a big vegetable person. I don't know. Like, I've always just had vegetables and fruit as a snack. I also grew up in Southern California, where we literally had access to community farms, where you could just go out and whatever you pick, you keep, and you just, you know, you help plant and you help pay for the upkeep of the place. Really? Judo Joker, that's funny. Something really strange and weird I used to do as a kid. So I'd make a hole in the bell pepper and then, like, clean out the inside, right? Just get it washed. And then I'd fill it with water, and then I'd drink the water, kind of like while I'm eating the bell pepper. I'm getting hungry, holy crap. I can still do stuffed peppers. Oh, I love a good stuffed pepper. A good chili relleno. Oh. I could eat that every day. As long as it is glutted with onions. Like, I want it covered in onions. In fact, I just want to eat an onion raw. That's what I really want in my life. One of these days, Evo, I'm going to make you try a proper Hawaiian Maui onion. And whatever you can find at a grocery store is not it. It's going to be after I take over the world. While we're doing the food tour, we're going to stop off at Maui. There's some great food in Maui. And I'm going to be like, here, try a bite. And you're going to hate it, and that's okay, but you're going to do it. It's going to be your price of admission. You have to try out that onion in order to go on the food tour. Now, Savacom's price of entry is going to be tea. But we have to decide what kind of tea, because there's a lot of different kinds of tea. Like, we got a good chai, or maybe we want to make her try something like, I don't know, a proper thick black. Help me out here. What should be her price of admission? Oh, wait, you like tea? Okay, hang on. We gotta come up with something else. We need something even more terrifying. Oh, Maui onions are so good. I've been to Maui twice in my life, and because my grandparents are rich, and holy crap, the food there. Oh, it's where I discovered I like tilapia, among other things. Anyway, so we got that. Now what do we need? We need a computer chip, so we need 2 silver, 2 of whatever that is. Potato tea. Oh, there we go. We can go with that. What does that require? So we need 4 creepvine samples. Do I have room for that? I do not. Okay. Okay. No, I think Savacom would like pure black coffee. I'm not actually sure. I shouldn't speak for her on that, but... Well, now we only need 2 of these damn things. Yeah, it's actually funny. Most people who are from someplace... I bet most of you in chat can say this right now. Most people who are from someplace have access to some kind of local food that you could source locally, which is really good, right? Southern California, so I'm used to real Mexican food and a lot of basic produce like, you know, avocados and strawberries, apples, grapefruits, stuff like that. Celery with no dip. I like it, Spartan. Let's do it. Have a good night. What am I doing? I'm out to do something specific. Right. That's what it is. Where's north? Where's north? This way. Also, I used to live in the Bay Area. Surprisingly good food up there. Then I moved to Northern California. There's no good food up there. Can I help you? Busy. I'm talking about food. You tell I'm hungry. Actually, so I used to live in KC. And as much as I hate KC, with every fiber of my being, they had a wonderful food arrangement. Basically because of coincidence of geopolitical circumstances. A lot of good sushi, a lot of good Mexican.
30 seconds.
But of course, the best ribs I've ever had anywhere. I think I've told this story before. I didn't realize I liked ribs until I had ribs in KC. I did, Baron. Self-taught. Self-taught. Okay, so I need 2 silver. I need 1 silver. I haven't had a persimmon in so long that I legitimately don't remember what it tastes like. Yeah, ribs are surprisingly easy to screw up. Like, everyone thinks, oh, rib meat. No, 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 no. You could screw up ribs real easy. Exactly, Subnautica. In fact, here, we're just gonna have some... Oh, I don't have my coffee! Ah! Apparently put the coffee away. Yeah, most ribs kind of suck. Oh, that's not what I thought it was. Okay, that sucks. So I need a computer... So I need 2 computer chips. So I need 2 gold, 4 copper. 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 No. Gold. Sorry, I saw your question, Pillars of Snow, but if I've ever had a butter tart, I was not aware of it. I didn't even know they existed until about 3 or 4 minutes ago when you first asked the question. Okay, I need stuff. 4 of them. I know they're down, so we're going to try that first. But yeah, ribs are... You got to get the... God, you got to get everything right with ribs. You have to get a good rack, first of all. And it's pretty easy to get a bad rack. Then, you need to cook it at the right temperature, in the right implement, for the right period of time, with the right amount of basting. And in my experience, generally speaking, the best ribs are the ribs that are not fire and forget. What I mean by that is some people will throw a rack in like a grill or whatever and then walk away from it. The best ribs are the ones where someone sat there and actually maintained it, right? Sorry, Judo Choker. If it makes you feel any better, I'm not doing anything exciting right now. I'm just building. We're about to have some stuff, though. Then, of course, there's the sauce, which should be optional. If ribs need sauce to taste good, you didn't cook them right. So we're going to actually just save right now, because we're about to build 3 things. Now, I'm not saying you can't have sauce with your ribs. That's silly. Of course you can. But my point is, if you need sauce to make the ribs taste good, something's gone wrong. Someone didn't do their job properly. Okay. So, this should be fun. Depends, honestly, Baron. Actually, yeah, it's just like French fries. French fries should be good without ketchup or mustard or mayo or whatever. You can have it. I'm not saying you can't. But a French fry should taste good by itself. I don't know why my accent's slipping there. Blech, my accent is slipping there. Another mistake a lot of people make, especially like larger chains, is they cook it too long. Most of them do it to be safe, but the point is, what you get if you cook meat, especially cow meat, too long, is dry. And that is when you need sauce, because it's literally too dry to even enjoy. Dry turkey, dry pork. The pulled pork thing reminded me of it. Okay, so let's make the fabricator. That sounds so disgusting. Pillars the snow! I can't do gravy. I don't like gravy. I never have. And let's make...
Seek fluid intake.
That's going to be right on top of that, isn't it? Oh, God. Is that going to bonk into that?
Dangerous weather approaching. Seek shelter.
Are you going to bonk into each other here? I guess that's my answer.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Here. Yeah, the good news is I'm going to eat dinner in like 30 minutes. And then in about an hour, we're going to be streaming D&D, so if anybody wants to join us for that, hint, hint, plug, plug. It'll be on Guido's channel, not mine. Well, that's the fabricator. That's the docker. Now we're about to make the sleeper. Oh, God, stop. Pillars of snow, stop. Oh, God. Okay, we're okay, we're okay. Everything's okay. I am safe from the nightmare. Now, I'd love to be able to just clump all 4 of these together. That's a good damn question. So yeah, let's try, I don't know, let's try the docker first. I'm sure there's such a thing as good poutine. I generally don't like gravy. And I generally don't like curds, so, I mean... Okay, so, yeah, let's try the docker first, which I believe is this one. So we're just gonna do this. And, this, I suppose. Get it? Nope, we're a bit... A little hard to aim. Hang on, come here, come here. No, let go, let go. Can I do it from this angle so I can see what I'm doing? No, of course not. Does it have to be the other way? Okay, we'll try the other way then. Hey, does this work? Hey, so there's 2. We got 2! I don't know what the docking module is, but we got it. I can't even enter the docking module. Wait, no, I can. Up top. So what the hell's the docking module? This has got to be for the prawn. It's got to be. Okay, so hang on. So let's eject... Yeah, it has to be the last one in the chain, too. So let's just disconnect everything. Okay, so then let's grab the storage module and connect and connect. There we go. Okay. Oh crap. Okay, we're okay, we're okay. So we'll just take the docking module. We're just gonna put it down here for a bit. We're just gonna carry it down here and let it sit until we have a prawn. We'll just kind of park you here, buddy. All right. So we've got storage. This one's Fabricator, that feels like there should be next. And the other one, which is right here. Yeah, we're gonna make a frickin' train. We were talking about trains earlier. Who knew? Who knew? Check it out. We have got a frickin' train. I am unreasonably happy about that. We do. We just have a bed. We've got a music player.
It plays music so that I have something to listen to.
What is music? I can detect certain patterns within it. Is it mathematical? An instrument of science? Does it help with your research?
It does, just not in the way you're probably thinking. Music and math are strongly related. Rhythm is math, harmonies can be math, but music as a whole is more than that. We experience it on an emotional level.
I sense it has an impact on your pulse and breathing. It makes you move differently. Humans are controlled by music.
We make music, and we're moved by it. Not everything is about control, Alan.
I was about to say, deja vu for me there. Oh, I don't have a screenshot to put in. Oh, this is my... Oh, it's got like a glass top, too, so I could sleep to the glass top. Okay, and then, obviously... Oh, we get more storage. Not a lot, but we get a little bit of extra storage with the fabricator, and... We've got a Oh my god, this is so cool! Hi. Okay, so we've got several modules attached, right? So... Why don't we see... How's it handle? Still just as turny as before. Feels like it's a little slower. That's a good question, Shenny Zaga. Give me a minute. I'll test that. We might not have enough room on the approach. I thought I got plenty of room here. Look at this. I think you're right, Uthor. So it's navigating that thing is gonna be a little bit of a thing. But okay, so we need I need a lot of things. Hang on. Do. Music is math. Anybody who says otherwise is a frickin' moron. Or my music theory teacher. Sorry for being redundant. Lead goes in here. Nice, Yura. I'm looking forward to playing Streets of Rage 4 at some point. Okay, so this is the Fabricator one. Ooh. Looking like a no. Also in the store. Looks like we cannot. Looks like it's intersecting badly. So that's the one way the Cyclops is superior to this. You could actually build inside the Cyclops. Wall locker. Why would I use a wall locker? Still no, though. So, no. But we now have a freaking train, which has a jukebox. Now, unfortunately, that was my next objective. I don't really have an objective, so let's do this. Let's commit to this. Where is some freaking magnetite? I'm just gonna ask that. Let's move this forward. I think I'm officially at the point where I'm willing to Google that. Because, while I could just go explore wildly, and there are lots of places I haven't been to yet, I'd really rather just get my freaking magnetite. I'm back here. I probably need a second one at this point. Deep trench green biome, which I've already been in. The island. Which island, Tudor? Not necessarily, Lord Harriman. As much as I'd love to give this game more negatives, the fact of the matter is I just kind of want to get on with it, as opposed to needing to get on with it, if that tracks. Like, if I was stuck and couldn't find magnetite, yeah, that's a negative. If nothing in the game guides me towards magnetite, yeah, it's a negative. I just want to get magnetite now and enjoy the benefits of those devices now, rather than later. Ah, there? Really, Huthor? Okay. Okay, I think I know what I can do with regards to that. Really? Well, it's funny, because I actually had that one thing pinned for quite a while, which required magnetite, and I stopped, because it didn't seem to have any purpose in keeping it pinned, because I knew I needed magnetite. But we have all of these. We have all of the modules. Where's what I'm looking for? Where is what I'm looking for? It's not even gonna be here, is it? Whatever, let's get some more water. I need more water. Hey, look, there's Crazy Norse, and there's also Crazy Norse. I've split you in two, Crazy Norse. I found a lot of those seams, but they contained a crap ton of silver and copper for me. So maybe I'm just getting some bad RNG on that. This planet is beautiful. Ah, I can't see. I can't see. Oh, there we go. Yeah, the reason I haven't had to worry about silver or copper pretty much since then is because I came back with a whole boatload of it. Literally, I guess. So, lily pad. Lily pad. It's probably going to be a positive. No, they really do, Crazy Norse. Because what that effectively is kit. The same thing we put the prawn and the sea moth in the previous game.
Vital signs stabilizing.
I sure hope so, Baron. Alright, so let's grab a save. That would be east of here, I want to say? I think. Yeah, I might have to actually move this thing. We are getting long. I didn't really think this would be as much of an issue as it is. We might have to actually move that damn thing. Like maybe put it here and stretch out there. I don't know. I'll figure something out. I'll figure something out. Something for later. Something for later. East, southeast. I can do that. Looks like it is slightly slower, but only by such a small amount that I probably wouldn't even notice that if I hadn't been doing speed tests earlier, so... I need it, Crazy Norse. I need you, Crazy Norse. Without you here, who would make fun of me? And remind me how pathetic and terrible I really am. I might actually have a scrap of self-worth, if not for you, Crazy Norse. I need you, man. I really need you right now, Crazy Norse. Oh, God. Yeah, I don't know what that was, and I don't want to know what that was. I feel like it's following me. That's something I don't recognize. That's the first time I've seen whatever that was. reminding me that I even have a defense. She forgot I had that because I never got it in the first game. See, exactly. We need to have a proper class for Crazy Norse. Now, I know what those are. I can kill those. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come here! Ain't afraid of you. You got nothing. You got nothing. My town.
An active volcano detected nearby.
Well. I know ramming them does actual damage. What is this? This doesn't look like the green zone. This is... a lot of ruby and diamond around here. Not that I'm blowing either of those.
The artifact you found contains traces of information suggesting what has become of my people.
New technology acquired.
Recyclotron. This alien artifact appears to be a programmable robot that collects and analyzes samples of soil and rock. Scans indicate the presence of equipment closely analogous to human-built lasers and spectrograph analysis equipment. What is a recyclotron? Recycles items into their constituent parts. What's the use of that? Takes an ion cube, too. Those are probably a finite resource. Hell, in the first game, they were a finite resource until you got to the very end of the game. There's a further down, but yeah, no. Yeah, but like, why, Uthor? So, did you see that horrible death doom floating up above? Because I saw a horrible death doom floating up here, and now they're gone. Up there. That's the other thing. That's not the squid guy. I think. Hang on. It's kind of hard to tell. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't want to know what that is. We're gonna leave now, forever. This way. Yeah, I'm gonna go scan that thing. Oh, it ate me alive. Huh. Fascinating. I think that's our first we can mine it node I've seen. So that confirms the drill arm's gonna be in. There's a quartz spot and there's a titanium spot. Why would I head south from there? Okay. We'll go south instead of north. Because Kira Watnez really wants to see me get eaten, apparently. Like I said, That right there. Okay, whatever. We're just gonna do this. We're just gonna do this. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Everything's fine. I haven't heard any death-defying roars. Screeching screams of the damned. Ripping into my soul and tearing all thought and reason from it. Yet. I should ask, the docking port charges this thing, right? Oh no, they can rest. That's why they call me the Lich King. I got a whole Bed and Bath Beyond kind of thing. It's great. Dump off some of my stuff. Sea Truck Aquarium Module. External vacuums, oh my god, on this module collect live specimens from the surrounding water and deposit them safely and humanely inside glass tanks, which can then be accessed from inside. This is how you farm fish. You just swim through and gather fish en masse. We really are just going to have a train going, aren't we? No, that's a cool way to improve resource gathering. This truck has had a surprisingly large amount of thought put into it. And the fact that it's modular is great. It doesn't have to be this giant train. You can just go out by itself or with one specific piece or whatever. That is so cool. Apparently there's a maximum number of modules. There's probably one more than what I have, if I were to guess. 4 feels like about right, especially given the length of the dock we have access to. I mean, this kind of is my base. Think about it. What is this? Is this the edge? Are you leading me off the edge? That's the edge. That's the edge. We're leaving this forever. So one of my favorite modding, testing the limit of a game via mods things I've ever seen. In Raft, you are designed to have a hard limit on speed, but it's actually not a hard limit. It's a soft limit based on the limitations of how many engines you can access and blah, blah, blah. It's this whole thing. But the thing is, if you mod it to just have, like, say, 50 engines going at once, it completely destroys the game. Like, the game stops working right as it's trying to keep up. I'll just turn on whap, 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 and that's how I'll kill Leviathans right there. Still haven't seen any magnetite, although we're probably not low enough for that. Okay, it's okay, it's okay. Those are friendlies. Hi. Hello. Oh my god, if there's a scanner module for this... That would be so cool! That would be so cool. Alright, I'm going for the eye. What am I doing with the eye? Hello? Hi. I can't tell what I'm doing because it's so dark, but hi. And Avatar the game wishes it was this game. Yeah, we were petting it. I know it's hard to see because it's pitch friggin' black down here, but petting. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hi, hi. Yeah, I'm here. Please don't run into me. Thank you. Ah! That's probably our last one. Yep. Aquarium unlocked. We're building the crap out of that. Yeah, we found an actual puppy, not a I'm going to eat you with teeth, haha puppy. Alright, how do I get down? What? Sorry. Probably in just another piece, but we're gonna check. Yeah, it's aquarium. We'll go and grab it. It's okay, we got storage room. You know what we could do? Because we could do this now. Let's get an insight. Where are we? Where are we? That's probably the trench right there. So that's just to the right of us. Oh, that sounds so good, Braven. Yep, this looks like a trench of death. There's also an artifact cache down here.
There is a large anomalous mass of rock that has broken away and risen above the surrounding terrain.
Yeah, we already have a prawn module. We just don't have it equipped right now, because we don't have a prawn. This is interesting to navigate. I think I need to swim. Hang on. So let's reorient ourselves, because it's kind of hard to turn around in this thing. Let's get some height so we can turn around. There we go. Okay. Down we go. Down we go. Nothing to see here, officer. Nothing to see.
I believe if you search this area, you can find a component to help build my body.
Alan, you just gave me a heart attack. I just want you to know that. What is a heart attack? Shut up. Let's see what those are, first of all. Yeah, this doesn't go that much further. It does still go down, though, from here. Let's double check what these are. Okay, those are limestone. Don't care about those. We can't scan for it still, remember? Prisoners, we can't scan for something we haven't seen. God, I am actually discerning. Where's the sky? Where's the sky? Okay, there's the sky. So, this is down. Yeah, we still have yet to even see a magnetite. It's why I was like, can we just find this frickin' thing?
Maximum depth reached. Hull damage imminent.
Sorry. Sorry. We're gonna leave you here. Possibly forever. Nice knowing you, Crazy Norse. Ironically, I didn't bring the scanner with me because it felt kind of useless. God damn. That architect body cache is 200 meters down from 400 meters down. How deep is this freaking thing? Grab some air. Let's right ourselves for a second. Okay, we're not right enough. And I need there we go, okay. I need to go back here. Grab some food. A little water. It's a whole reason we got that right there. Let's just top off. Get a good night's rest. Sorry. Okay. And we'll see what's in this nightmare trench tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember, if you go over to Guido's channel, you can type !Guido into chat right now for a link to it. We'll be playing D&D over there in about half an hour.